Hello everyone. Let's talk about the spreadsheet that's going to help you stay organized and get all your information in one place so that it's easy to put into the app. This is given to you as a gift so that you can stay organized. Everything's already put together here, and it's got an example and a place for your name. So even though it gets added on to the file name, go ahead and put your name into the actual spreadsheet. So as you can see in the example, you've got the question here. It is just one string of text, and the same thing for the answers. Please don't try and put spaces in there to get them lined up in any particular way, because if you just change the column width, you'll see that changes things up quite a bit. So don't worry about that. John Chapman showed me, hey, you don't need to type all these parentheses over and over again. You simply click up here after you've copied and pasted one set, and then make sure that you've got a space before and after each of those parentheses. So that does speed things up a little bit. Correct answer so that it's easy to check, and then you've got these two links and a picture. What you're going to need to do is go to Wikipedia. That is the one set of websites that I am going to ask you to use. When you go to Wikipedia, let's say your subject for this question is a black hole. You've got an article here that has got a lot of further information that a user can research and learn more about. So we're going to take this link up at the top, Control-C, copy, and then we're going to go over here to where the link to web page is, and we're going to turn it into a link. There's a couple ways of doing it. Best to get used to the chain link right here. It's a symbol that you'll see in a lot of different programs, and you simply paste it in there and click apply, and it's going to turn into a link that you can then click on, and it'll take you to that article. If you just paste them in here, this is very messy, so that's why we're using some words and making those into a link. Now, as far as the picture goes, here on this article there are a number of different images. Please stay away from any animated ones, because these are GIFs that may look like they're working in the display preview on the MIT App Inventor, but they will not work in the apps. So you're going to want a picture that has a nice image to it that you're going to use for each question. You're going to have one image. Now what I want you to do is click on More Details, and you can see that there are several different sizes of this image, and you want to get the link to the largest one. So I then highlight, copy, and then go to this link and paste that in there. So now I've got two links right here. You'll notice that if I go to link on here, it does say link to picture. Just leave that text the same and paste over the link portion. The image itself needs to be saved onto your hard drive. So we're going to go ahead and right click and save image as, and then we need to go to Documents, and you're supposed to have a folder in here for MIT App Inventor. I should have made it earlier, but that was 170404 that we made that on, MIT App Inventor Assets. Now that is the general folder you're backing up every day. Please have another folder inside that is just for quiz information. So you're going to do your quiz, and you want that information to be separate. It is okay to go ahead and put a 01 in front of the file name, but leave the rest of the file name there. We're going to be editing these images into JPEGs and naming them just 01.jpg, 02.jpg, but this shows that this is the original large high resolution version. So now that we've got that saved, we want to have a little thumbnail in here. Now that's all that this image right here is good for. It's a tiny thumbnail version, so that when I click on link to the picture, it will actually take me to the large high resolution picture on the web, and that's how I'll be checking your links. But we want to get it in here. We simply go to Insert, the image, and we locate it on the hard drive. So this should be easy to find under Documents, App Inventor Assets, Quiz Information, and there's my first picture. Now it will be rather large when we put it in the spreadsheet, so we just need to grab the corner of it and make it smaller. Because I was in this cell when I did it, I should be able to go down to the lowest right hand corner and just shrink it down. You can move it around a little bit just so that it stays nice and neat. Now you may be wondering where else you can get images that will be permanent, and I have a place to show you. So let me go back to the actual black hole article on Wikipedia and scroll down to the bottom. There were quite a few images, but right down here after all the references we have a link to media from Commons. So this is Wikimedia, and it has a whole lot of images for black holes here that may not have been in that article. Different versions of images, in addition different sizes. So if we like this picture of a black hole in space better, we can click on more details and find the largest version of this and then use this instead. You would change the link, save this as an alternate 01, maybe put that thumbnail in there instead of the other one, or perhaps have a couple of different options. But that is filling out your spreadsheet. You need to come up with good questions and then possible answers. A lot of times one of these answers can be a distractor, one that the person taking the quiz can automatically say, oh, I know it's not that one. And it is a chance to insert a little bit of humor. It should be smart humor, not put in something like cheeseburger or something totally ridiculous. Make it a non-feasible answer that isn't like going to distract from the whole question. Just say that answer couldn't possibly be it. So we'll take a look at what we do with all this information later. Please finish one entire question, links and everything included before you move on to number 2. I also recommend that you extend this beyond 10 questions in case you decide later that 1 question, 2 questions aren't quite right. You don't like them as much. You have some alternates to fit in there. You can have as many questions as you can get together this week. A 17-question quiz would be great. You're going to be calculating the score based on the number of correct out of the total number of questions. So they will get a score whether it's 10 questions, 12, 15, 25, no problem.